Osiyo, it's how we say hello in Cherokee. I'm your host, Jennifer Lauren, on the Cherokee Cultural Pathway in Tahlequah, Oklahoma. This site features the work of Cherokee artists of all mediums, including Roy Boney Jr., who is an inspiration for storyboard artist and illustrator Morgan Thompson. From a young age, Morgan knew she wanted a career promoting Native American voices in animation. We explore what life is like working to make her dreams come true in Los Angeles, California.
I identify as a storyteller because I feel like that's what I've been all my life. I've always loved telling stories, whether it's through drawings or just talking with friends and stuff like that. And I think that's why I was so drawn to storyboarding, is because it's like storytelling, but with pictures and getting to imagine what a film would look like. And I think that is why I was driven towards it. And I think a lot of audiences can really relate to that, because that's kind of what they're looking for too. A really good story, one that makes them laugh, one that makes them cry. Hi, my name is Morgan Thompson, and I'm a Cherokee storyboard artist along with a children's book illustrator, living and working here in Los Angeles, California. Well, as a freelance animator, I kind of do like a little bit of everything, and I think that's the sort of spice of life that I like in my work.
This tale begins simply.
When it comes to storyboarding, basically it's like making a comic book of like a movie or a TV show that hasn't yet been made. And I feel like there's so much creative freedom in that. I moved to LA about a year and a half ago. I was living up in Canada, and that's where I went to college and stuff. And I thought it was just the right time, because as a kid, I always dreamed of living in LA, and I thought to just chase that dream. It's kind of like the birthplace of animation and movies just in general. As a kid that grew up on the Cherokee Nation reservation, I was always interested in film and animation, but I wasn't quite sure until I got into high school and college, where I really knew that I wanted to be here in LA and to experience the culture and to bring a little bit of Oklahoma with me along the way, you know? It's always a joy when I get to tell people my background and put a little bit of my culture into the work I get to do, because it allows people to not just learn about me, but the community I come from as a whole. I think within animation, when it comes to storytelling, we always are looking for people who can tell personal stories and who are very much I guess you could say interesting people. And I think with my background and stuff like that, I kind of fit the bill quite a bit. So I have been on Storybots on the job at Netflix Animation as a story revisionist and story artist. I loved working at Netflix Animation on Storybots. Every production has its ups and downs. When I was on Storybots, everybody was just happy to be there. Everybody wanted to work in a sort of preschool educational sort of sphere, because there's sort of an aspect of it I can bring joy to children. Everybody was just there to have fun. It was a really magical production for me to be on. A lot of people don't realize drawing can take a toll on a person. But I also think not a lot of people think that sitting will take a toll on a person. Whenever I am feeling sort of icky and sort of just stuck, I love taking walks, but then I also have turned to things that are more dance oriented and sequence work. When I do something challenging like ballet and aerial work, where it's something new every time I go into class, my teachers never give me the same work, it's kind of the reprieve I need from animation, and the sort of it engages me in so many ways. I'm always looking for new inspiration, and even in animation, we take a lot of inspiration from literature. I love going to the Iliad bookstore because there's such a wide variety, and the atmosphere of it is very chill, so you can always find people reading in it and just enjoying the books. And then it also helps that they have cats. It gets a lot of animation books, a lot of concept art books, a lot of comic books, 1950s very classic children's books. I have found so many books that like I use in my work. One of the biggest challenges that I've really faced in this industry is just people not understanding what like a Native American is. When they see me, they don't see Native American because the representation for me has just always been these sort of stereotypes. And I hope that by being here, and with my friends being here as well, that we get to change that sort of stigma that comes to being us. I think connecting with other natives is very empowering because you have someone who experiences some of the same stuff that you've experienced in this industry. And you get to talk and you guys get to like support each other through hard times and even like good moments. Even though I'm living here in LA, a lot of my family still lives around Tahlequah. Like going back to Tahlequah is always like going back home. Before SkadoodLin, we decided to go to the beadwork store, like the Whimsy House of Beads. As I was like shopping around, because I don't have like a true bead store here in LA, so that's always a good experience, right? This woman and her son comes through the door. Condessa Teehee is a finger weaver in Cherokee Nation. Somebody like I look up to, and it was just like really cool to like get to meet her. I'm starstruck. I like follow on Instagram. I also don't have my name as like my actual Instagram.
Oh, really?
I go by Skadoodlin.
No, dude, I know who you are now. Oh my God. Okay. I totally know who you are now. Yeah, I admire your work.
Oh.
Yes, absolutely. No, do you like red? Say if you like red, I'm gonna gift these to you then. Because I don't know the next time I'm gonna make earrings, so.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, because this is the first day I brought them out to wear them, and I was like, so they were probably just meant to be with you.
Oh my goodness.
It's always good to meet another artist. Always good.
Well, the bead store was like, oh, it was like the cake, but then going to SkadoodLin was like the icing on that cake. SkadoodLin is basically a Native American like comic book convention held in Tahlequah, Oklahoma. It's relatively new compared to other comic book conventions, but like for me as someone from Tahlequah, it's very exciting to see like, especially a Native American focused one, and just seeing everybody from the community go and give like that sort of Native flair to like all their cosplay and stuff. I got to like finally meet all these artists that I had been following, like Kendra Swafford and then Chofke Moon. Another person I got to meet was Roy Boney. As someone who works in animation and like loves comic books, I've seen his work like for Marvel and stuff like that over the years, and to like basically like introduce myself to him, that was like just really cool. The sort of advice that I would like give to my younger self is that life's too long. Just go for it. Like, I know everyone says life is short, but that's not really the case. I thought like in middle school that I would just only do one thing in animation and that's all I would ever do. And now I get to like do so many other things, and like I still have a long career and a long life ahead of me that like I will do many more things, and there are probably things I didn't even think of when I was a kid. But I think that's like the fun and joy of being able to like live in this world, is that there are so many opportunities, and to just like go for them is like what you kind of owe yourself. I just hope to make everybody proud.